It's always a special day when we gather in front of America's mountain, and today get to talk about some very special work that we are going to be doing to make the visitation experience for Coloradans and for people across the country and the world that come to Pikes Peak an even more amazing and fulfilling experience. We know that by working together in Colorado, we can achieve great things. And that's great things for ourselves, for visitors, and of course for our wildlife who call this area home, and boost outdoor recreation opportunities. And that's why today we're thrilled to share the plans for Colorado Parks and Wildlife to explore managing recreation on Pikes Peak, working closely with local partners, and we have a number here. We have the city, the county, the alliance. With our federal partners, we have some represented here, and really bring the experience to a whole new level for visitors in years to come. I'm excited that we're joined by many others whose hard work and vision have made this possible, including Mayor Yemi, my team, including Jonathan Asher, Dan Gibbs, Jeff Davis, Frank McGee. We have Teller County Commissioner Dan Williams with us, members of the Southern Ute Indian Tribe and Cheyenne and Arapaho, Troy Heithker, U.S. Forest Service Regional Representative, Becky Lineweber, the Executive Director of the Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance, David Lineweber, City Council member from Colorado Springs, Travis Deal from the utility, many others. This partnership will lay the groundwork for a Pikes Peak recreation area that Colorado Parks and Wildlife helps manage to provide more dynamic and responsive management on the ground rather than having to go to Washington for every little improvement. We ourselves can control our own destiny and make sure that we offer residents as well as visitors the world-class experience that people deserve from America's mountain, Pikes Peak. 5 years ago, I signed an executive order that created the Regional Partnership Initiative with a goal to spur partnerships exactly like this one. And this has been a long time in the making, with federal, state, and local groups coming together to support world-class outdoor recreation and preserve Colorado's wildlife and habitat for generations to come. By working together, we can expand outdoor recreation opportunities, boost conservation efforts, support our tourism economy, create more opportunities for Coloradans and visitors to enjoy our beautiful wild spaces, and better protect and manage our natural resources in an intergenerational and sustainable way. This partnership is modeled after a highly successful management partnership that we have with the Arkansas Headwaters Recreation Area, where Colorado Parks and Wildlife works closely with federal agencies to run campgrounds and manage activities, including hiking and boating. We are looking to form more of these very aggressively across Colorado. And of course, this in many ways will be the highest profile and serve so many people and serve the community so well. Just last month in my State of the State address, I recalled that nearly 130 years ago, Catherine Lee Bates wrote the iconic words of America the Beautiful from right here, Pikes Peak. And of course, Pikes Peak is a national treasure. And I'm so excited for the opportunity for Colorado Parks and Wildlife to do their part, to care for and expand and improve recreational opportunities like trails on America's peak in partnership with the local community. Thank you, and with that, I'll turn it over to the Director of Colorado Parks and Wildlife, Jeff Davis.
Thanks, Governor. Sorry I'm a little bit tardy. We got an invite that said 11, so we pulled up just in time. I'm just looking out, I see a lot of really amazing people, and I'm reminded as I set roots down here in Colorado moving forward, like nothing in Colorado gets done without partners. And so I see a lot of amazing partners in the crowd here today, and I just thank you for your partnership and willingness to kind of take some risks and move forward and do amazing things for Coloradans and visitors here to Colorado. As the governor mentioned, Pikes Peak, as you all know, is an icon, well known as any national park in Colorado. You can see it from 90 miles away. It was out on the plains, and someone pointed out, like, that's Pikes Peak, and we were so far away. What? need new glasses. The mountain has been, as you know, a beacon drawing people to Colorado for hundreds of years, and it has been the center of outdoor recreation for all time. CPW is excited to begin a serious talks with local and federal partners about managing outdoor recreation on Pikes Peak. One of the pillars of CPW's mission is to provide enjoyable and sustainable outdoor recreation. The really key part I like to emphasize is we're supposed to be doing that for current people, current generations, but also with the mindset towards future Coloradans and visitors to Colorado. We believe that we have a lot to offer in this space to the many people who have already seek out Pikes Peak for outstanding outdoor recreation opportunities. I'm hopeful and confident we can reach an agreement that benefits all the partners and that we move forward together. We'll be mindful and methodical with input from our partners and stakeholders. To get all these partners together to sign a letter of intent to move forward on this project is huge. I want to extend much deep appreciation to BLM, to City of Manitou Springs, City of Colorado Springs Park Recreation and Cultural Services Office, Pikes Peak America's Mountain Municipal Enterprise, Colorado Springs Utilities, El Paso County, Teller County, and the Forest Service. The partnership in the letter of intent is focused in particular in getting CPW's leadership to complete the Ring to Peak Trail. We look forward to working closely with our partners to explore strategies to complete the remaining segments of the Ring to Peak Trail and enhance recreation opportunities on Pikes Peak. Regional draws like the Peak Trail offer the kind of world-class outdoor recreation that leads Coloradans to invest in the outdoors. Things like buying a Keep Colorado Wild Pass, as an example. In turn, the funds from sources like KCW will help the agency continue to invest in the infrastructure and maintenance of new and existing state parks and other outdoor recreation opportunities. We look forward to exploring all the outdoor recreation opportunities we might be able to bring to Pikes Peak. So hopefully folks feel this way. I know I do, and I'm a little biased. But CPW really understands how to manage recreational activities like camping while being mindful to protect the ecosystems and what makes Pikes Peak unique. We also know Coloradans value getting outside, hiking, wildlife watching, and those types of experiences that make Colorado, Colorado. And the agency is definitely interested in working with our partners to explore increased hiking opportunities on Pikes Peak. And although there is already fishing on Pikes Peak, although I have not personally experienced that myself, and I'm hoping to in the future, we do a heck of a good job managing fishing in Colorado as well. We're sure down the line there are exciting conversations to be had about fishing opportunities moving forward. Of course, CPW would love the opportunity to manage recreation on Pikes Peak and bring our own expertise to the mountain, and we look forward to exploring all of these possibilities with our partners. Thank you.
Colorado Springs Mayor Amy Mobilade.
Do you want to introduce the next one?
You can.
Good morning. Good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was a little delayed, but I'll take it. There are a lot of incredible public servants in the House. Mayor of Cripple Creek, my colleagues from El Paso County, City Council member David Lineweber and Dan Williams, Council member from Teller County. And so thank you all for your presence here and for your joint leadership in this incredible initiative. So also, before I move forward, I do want to acknowledge a couple of the tribal representatives for traveling to be with us today. We honor them as the original inhabitants of this land, and we are grateful for the relationships we share with them as we work together to enhance the Ring the Peak Trail. We do so with gratitude for your leadership and history and for your continued guidance. And thank you to Governor Polis for joining us today for this important announcement. Your support in this project as we move forward with this project is huge, and we're grateful for your leadership in making our state an even better place to live and explore. So friends, it's no secret that our state is an outdoor enthusiast's dream. Our breathtaking landscape have inspired countless individuals, including Catherine Bates, as you've heard the governor said, whose iconic song, America the Beautiful, was born from the awe-inspiring views that showcase the natural beauty and the spirit of this great region. People flock to this beautiful region not only for these views, but for the adventure that awaits them. The Pikes Peak Hill Climb, the Pikes Peak Marathon and Ascent, I've done it, and that's hard, and the Broadmoor Cycle to the Summit are just some of the events that help draw people from around the world to experience America's mountain. Today, we're taking another step towards enhancing America's iconic mountain and completing this iconic corridor, ensuring that residents and visitors alike can enjoy, explore, and experience the Pikes Peak region in new and exciting ways. Through this partnership, we will expand recreational opportunities, improve trail access, and strengthen our commitment to responsible outdoor stewardship. This means more access to world-class hiking and biking, stronger protections for our natural environment, and new ways to connect our communities around the mountain. I do want to thank the incredible partners, as evident today, for their shared vision and dedication. Together, we are investing in a future where outdoor recreation continues to be a defining strength of the Pikes Peak region. The city of Colorado Springs remains steadfast in its partnership and commitment to the sustainability of the highway and its recreational corridor, as well as to the seasonal management of the north and south slopes, which are owned by Colorado Springs Utilities. I would also like to acknowledge the incredible work of Skylar, the manager of Pikes Peak, and his dedicated staff. I'm proud of their efforts in managing the Pikes Peak Highway and those surrounding recreational corridors as mentioned. As we look ahead, I am filled with hope and anticipation for what we can achieve through our collective strength and with the ongoing support and expertise from the Colorado Parks and Wildlife. Together, we can and we will enhance our great outdoors, protect our natural resources, and inspire future generations of Purple Mountain Majesty lovers. Thank you, and let's get moving on Ringing the Peak. Onward and upward. I'd like to invite County Commissioner Dan Williams. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Governor Polis, welcome. It's an honor, as always. Distinguished guests and our tribal leaders, from my soul to yours, thank you for being here. The great John Muir once said, of all the roads you can take in life, make sure a few of them are dirt. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been presented with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an enduring, multi-generational impact for all Coloradans today. And I think we'll have but one chance to get it right. So I'm Dan Williams, the Teller County Commissioner and the current chair of the board, and I live in that view behind you along with 30,000 Coloradans. I want to personally thank Governor Polis for his vision and leadership in outdoor recreation in Colorado. Sir, thank you. It's the reason so many of us call Colorado home, outdoor recreation in the wilderness. Those of us who live in the mountains find something in the mountain you can't find on the flat, and those who live on the flat due to work constraints get up there as much as you can, and you're very, very welcome. I know that Governor Polis also appreciates the fine balance between the endeavor of Ring the Peak corridor and other enhanced recreation and the necessary preservation and conservation of that resource for future generations. Those of us with kids and grandkids get it, and I think our tribal leaders get it. Teller County is honored to be part of a multi-jurisdictional collaborative effort that will explore the art of the possible with regards to Ring the Peak corridor. It is our belief in the mountains that outdoor recreation and enhanced outdoor recreational opportunities is right and proper, but it also comes with increased responsibility, stewardship, and oversight. For a little perspective, Teller County is the first rural, subalpine, and alpine county that is accessible from El Paso County, a county that now has 745,000 people living in it. Within 30 minutes, you can come to our county and Americans Mountain and experience fragile ecosystems, unique plant life, crystal clear headwaters, and healthy and thriving populations of elk, deer, bighorn sheep, moose, mountain lion, and for Director Davis, it's also the home of Colorado state fish, the greenback cutthroat trout, which in 1930 was considered to be extinct. In 1973 was put on the endangered species, and today they're literally hopping everywhere. So, Jeff, whenever you want to come up, we'll take you fishing. But that's how fragile that place is, and so it's right and proper that all Coloradans get a chance to experience that, because what I found in my 5 years as a commissioner and 6 years as the planning director is when you run into tourists, they're up there because they tell you that when they were young men and women, somebody took them and introduced them to the high country, and they become the greatest advocates of nature. After all, Teller County is just one of 47 counties in Colorado that are considered rural or frontier. 75%, it's the reason why most of us moved here, and it's something to be enjoyed by all of us. We're very grateful to the Department of Natural Resources and to CPW, Jeff Davis, before that DOW. Those animals that I listed before, that greenback cutthroat trout, wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for your careful oversight and management. And we appreciate that. And I know all Coloradans pay into that, and we see the benefit. Over half of our county is U.S. Forest Service and BLM. Doug, thanks for being here today. And Ryan, thank you as well, and representing that Troy. Appreciate it. We have large tracts of private land in Teller County that are in Palmer Trust. There's actually more land in Palmer Trust in one of the smallest counties in Colorado that's in the largest county. That's how precious it is up there, and folks are welcome to come. We have pristine reservoirs. They are the primary drinking source of water for Colorado Springs, for Victor, and for Cripple Creek, and those are protected. As I mentioned, our population is 30,000, but in the summer, during heat and during recreational season, we can see that population double and sometimes triple. I think you can all imagine that that places a strain on our resources as a county for both enforcement of rules and regulations. That also includes our public land partners for search and rescue and for fires. And Governor Polis has been instrumental and outstanding in his support of our county and the numerous fires you've seen over the years where we've worked together, always supporting us. Half of our county, and the county that's impacted by Ring the Peak, which we're looking forward to, does not lie in a fire district. Suffice to say that it's going to take all of us working together, all of the agencies, our federal, state, and local partners, along with our recreational community, work together to make sure that we can enjoy the resource and also save the resource for the future. I have to say that CPW, that's a wonderful brainchild that someone came up with, and I know he's standing to my left. They have outstanding records of success in Teller County. Mueller State Park, if you've been there, and Dome Rock State Wildlife Area, managed by CPW to a very high standard. I think last year we had a fire strike or a lightning strike that resulted in a fire. Governor Polis sent a helicopter there within 30 minutes and put the fire out. That's the kind of partnership we're talking about when we open up Ring the Peak. We've all got to work together to enhance the recreational opportunity, but also to protect it. And so I would say today that CPW, Jeff Davis, and Dan Gibbs, and also our federal partners have our full faith and confidence in Teller County as we look forward to a collaborative approach to this project. To our recreational partners here today, Becky, PPRA, we're all friends, we all know each other, I know most of you here. I would say that your organizations play a critical role when it comes to education. You know, we saw some things during COVID up there with dispersed and unregulated recreation that surprised us, frankly disappointed us, and most of you know what I'm talking about. There was nobody here. So the role that Becky's organization plays in education, standardization, safety, and ethical behavior on public land is simply invaluable when we want to partner with you. There need not be tension between those of us who are accountable for the resource and those who just simply want to enjoy it. There need only be mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. And finally, my only ask today, and I know Governor Polis and his team are already there, is in all of our materials and all of our endeavors as we move forward now with what we're calling a deliberate planning process with land managers, is that you recall what our grandfathers and our fathers taught us when they said, leave no trace. Leave it better than you found it, and leave something for the next generation. That's our only ask, and I know we're all together in that. So we look forward to working with a combined team as we work through this deliberate planning process across all of the jurisdictions and agencies in the time ahead for the good of all Coloradans. Thank you.
We've got Troy Heithacker with the Forest Service. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good. Great day to be here. I didn't actually realize I was speaking, so I don't have any talking points. My staff are going to hate me after this, so like if I see people tugging the air, I'll be quiet. But there's really not much to cover, and that's a hard act to follow. Dan, that was beautiful. I mean, you really summarized it well. And what I see when we look at the mountain behind me, my grandfather climbed in like 1943. He's on the list. I just saw that recently. I think he'd be proud that we're here to celebrate an event like this and create opportunities. Our mission in the Forest Service is to sustain the health, diversity, productivity of the nation's forests and grasslands to meet the needs of current and future generations. And that's what we're all doing here. We're trying to make these lands sustainable, accessible, and create these world-class opportunities, and for us also delivering forest products that we need and use every day. And what's represented here, as you can see, is that we don't own all of this, and all of it actually is owned by the public, but it's multiple jurisdiction. And so we all have to work together to make this happen, and this is a great example and representation of that. The Forest Service, we call that shared stewardship. We have a shared stewardship agreement with the state, and we work on many different levels of projects with them, and of course Doug at BLM and others, and the counties as well. And we continue to do that, and we really want to enhance those relationships because that all-hands approach is the only way that we're going to be able to do this, because there are multiple land ownerships, because we have existential threats like catastrophic wildfire, the ability to deliver clean and clear water to all the people that depend on it here and downstream. And we can't do that alone for a number of reasons, because we don't have the capacity, the funding across these jurisdictions, and it's a huge ask. So I'll be brief and just say thank you all. It's great to be here and look forward to working with you all in the future. Thank you. We've got Travis Steele, the CEO of Colorado Springs Utilities.
So good thing going last, I'll probably be the shortest. So I think everybody sort of touched on all this. Yeah, well, yeah, not quite last. So most important, who's put this together. So, why is Colorado Springs Utilities here? Really, I think a lot of people have spoken on it, but, that's our drinking water up there. That infrastructure up there is what you guys put in your tap, and you're actually going to have it here at lunch shortly. So it's important for us to manage that resource as it is, clean, accessible, and very well untouched as it comes all the way down here to the people that's going to drink it. So good thing with a project like this, we've already got these relationships. So we're looking around, our relationship with the Forest Service, BLM, Teller County, the city is already there. Now it's really trying to formalize it and put it together for one last thing. So we are always going to make sure our infrastructure is protected. We're going to make sure that none of that is ever sacrificed. And I really do think with the help of the governor, CPW, what we've done for years as a local partnership can actually improve, whether it's through fire mitigation processes, taking a look at, how to utilize some of that pristine property up there for recreation in a different way, and not only maintain, but actually improve what we've done for Colorado Springs Utilities ratepayers for these last over 100 years. So excited. Good thing is all the land managers already know each other, so I appreciate all the comments, and I think you can sort of see where that collaboration's taken off. So thanks, and we're looking forward to partner with this great effort. So thank you. Told you guys the shortest.
Thanks, Travis. And then our last speaker is Becky Lineweber with Pikes Peak Outdoor Recreation Alliance.
All right. Normally I wing these things, but I didn't. This is too important today, so I'm going to read a little bit. Good morning. It's an honor to stand before you today as we take a major step forward in shaping the future of outdoor recreation and conservation in the Pikes Peak region. Our outdoors isn't just beautiful, it's essential. It drives our economy, it supports public health, and defines our way of life. In 2023 alone, nearly 25 million visitors came to our region, injecting just under $3 billion into our economy, largely because of outdoor recreation. But with this incredible resource comes responsibility. You've heard that stated, and it'll be stated throughout the day because it's so important. Growth, wildfire risks, watershed health, and resource limitations all threaten what makes this place so special. That's why PPORA was created, to bring partners together to protect, promote, and plan for our outdoors. Through the Outdoor Pikes Peak Initiative, OPI is what we call it fondly, PPORA has led a regional effort, engaging the public, local governments, land managers, and outdoor users to balance recreation and conservation. We've hosted 19 community listening sessions across 3 counties, gathered data, mapped areas of opportunity for conservation and recreation, and identified 30 priority projects, one of which is the Ring the Peak Trail. A completed Ring the Peak Trail isn't just a trail, it's an opportunity. It connects communities, it drives rural economic growth, it conserves critical lands, and it provides an iconic bucket list outdoor experience. But trails don't manage themselves. And frankly, neither do people. As part of OPI, PPORA evaluated 16 management models nationwide to find the best approach for our region and to address the influx of people wanting to enjoy our outdoors, particularly on Pikes Peak and its recreation sheds. Through our public process with stakeholder support, land managers agreed that exploring a multi-jurisdictional model led by Colorado Parks and Wildlife in recreation management would be the best path forward, and today is a celebration of this commitment, specifically on the Ring the Peak Trail corridor. This model allows each land manager to stay focused on their core mission while ensuring sustainable recreation management. This commitment, bringing land managers together under a shared vision, marks a turning point. For the first time, we have a viable way forward for Ring the Peak. Without this step, the next steps and the ones after that wouldn't be possible. This moment isn't happening by chance. It's happening because of years of collaboration and the leadership of PPORA in rallying champions and driving solutions. Together, we are shaping a future where conservation and recreation go hand in hand. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to the work ahead.
We'll be taking questions in a moment. I also want to add that we have been working very hard, in addition to the regional partnerships, to make sure that Colorado Parks and Wildlife has the resources to provide the type of recreational experiences that Coloradans want and demand today and tomorrow. And really through 3 key pieces, we've helped put in the resources for Parks and Wildlife to achieve operational excellence by looking at the lottery spillover funds for additional money for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, a historic deal between the oil and gas industry and environmentalists that leads to additional funding every year for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and finally from the Keep Colorado Wild Pass, already creating additional capacity at the agency to do exactly this kind of work on behalf of the people of Colorado, and we ain't done yet. So with that, happy to take some questions. So, again, this is a regional partnership, multi-jurisdictional. Colorado Parks and Wildlife is in the position to deliver. And exactly as the different projects are scoped out, we can deliver an elevated consumer experience as well as preserving what makes Pikes Peak special.
What are some of those projects you guys are considering, or maybe some that you're most interested in or excited about?
Well, we talked about completing the trail today, and I can assure you that in consultation with the local partners, I'm sure there will be many additional improvements for many years to come. I think the initial work in completing the trail has been identified by a number of speakers as one of the early priorities.
Is there anything past that you're willing to elaborate on?
Well, again, we have the capacity to deliver, so we have to see exactly what folks want, and we'll be able to enhance that experience, whether it's camping experience, whether it's other improvements. Colorado Parks and Wildlife is in a position to deliver.
I know earlier that what was mentioned is CPW will help to keep that balance between recreation and also maintaining the natural beauty of the environment. Can you add a little bit about how that balance will be upheld, and what will be done to make sure people can enjoy the outdoors but also preserve the natural environment that's already there.
Well, Colorado Parks and Wildlife is in a great position to do this work. They're our agency charged with looking at wildlife health and habitat health. They do everything from census of different animals to looking at how they interact. They have a number of biologists on their staff. So they're the very best folks in the state to make sure that what we do is sustainable and improves wildlife health and ecosystem health, not just in Pikes Peak, but really across so many of the state parks and the state wildlife areas and the state lands.
Do you have a timeline for the trail or any other projects?
We have to complete the,
Yeah, I think so. The very next thing we have to do is get an agreement, right? So that's the first step, is working with all the different partners to actually get an agreement in place. And then once that's done, then we can look at steps after that.
But we're kicking it off today, and we're going to move as quickly as possible to deliver for the people of Colorado.